All right, so today we are going to be writing another arithmetic sequence, an explicit sequence for the most part. But instead of being given like the first four terms of a sequence, we're going to be given the first term and then one other term somewhere. Okay, so the key to doing this one is one, remembering your formula. So first off, your formula is right here. These are your formulas. Okay, and we are going to be using those formulas twice. So in order to do this, you need to find the common difference, where D is the common difference. But the problem is, sometimes it's not so easy to see. Some of you might be able to see it, and there are many ways to do this quite easily. But we're kind of working our way towards geometric series, which isn't as easy as we'd like to say. So I'd like to show you this particular way. Okay, so this particular way, the first thing that you have to do is you have to find the common difference. So you have to find D, okay, and then you plug it into the formula to find whatever you need. So then use the formula a second time to find what you need. So it might be an explicit formula like this one with a sub n, or it may be a specific term like a sub 23. So the first time that we use the formula, so I'm going to use this one. The first time you use the formula, you find the common difference. So the key to doing this one is realizing that we, instead of writing a sub n, we're going to use a sub 8. So if that's the case, then n is equal to 8. So this allows us to use the formula to find our common difference by plugging in, there's, four things or three things, so that there's only one unknown, which is your D. Okay, so this is the formula. So a sub n is going to be our a sub 8. A sub 1 is a sub 1, and I'm going to plug those in a minute, but I like to do this in two steps because sometimes it's a bit clearer. You can do this in one step, but I just want to make sure you understand. So n here is 8, so I'm going to be plugging in 8 there. So now I plugged in this part. So this is kind of showing you that n is different than a sub n. So now I can replace this a sub 8 with what it is. It's negative 13. And I can plug in the a sub 1 with 8. Now, if you understand this, then you can just plug it in right away. I'm just going to do it, step by step. So 8 minus 1 is 7, so this is 7D. So then we just solve. So it's negative 21 equals 7D. So the common difference is negative 3. So now that I know the common difference, I can do whatever I need to do. In this case, I need to find a sub 23. I don't know what that is, but that is my a sub n. That's what I'm trying to find. So I know a sub 1 is 8. My common difference is negative 3. But my n is an n here. It's 23. So if I was finding the explicit formula, I would leave an n there, but I'm not. So I'm just going to plug 23 in. Okay? And then we just do the math. So then, you can just plug it in. You can do your order of operations, but what I got was negative 58. So using the two terms, instead of counting 23 times with my negative 3 or finding that difference, I'm able to do it somewhat simply. Okay, it's not really easy, but it's simple. Okay, so we're going to use our formula again. We're given two terms. One's the first term, but one's the fourth term. So it's not the next one. It's not a sub 2. So finding the common difference is a little more difficult. So remember, my a sub n is going to be a sub 4. The one that I'm given here. So that means my n is 4. So again, I'm going to take this in two steps. I'm going to first just plug in my n, and then I'm going to plug in the terms that I know. Okay, so I plugged in n here for 4, and then I'm plugging in my n here. Okay, so then my a sub 4 is 10, my a sub 1 is 1. What is this, 3D? Sorry. I have to do these beforehand or else I sort of screw up sometimes. You wouldn't know about that. You never see me screw up. So D is 3. So I found my common difference. So now I want to find a sub n. So a sub n is our explicit formula. So that means n is left in the equation. So then I can just plug in my 1 plus my common difference is 3. And since n is in the equation here, n is in the equation here. So n minus 1. Then we just, simplify this a little. So a sub n is 3n minus 2. And then at any time, if we wanted to find the 150th term, I could do a sub 150 and do 3 times 150 minus 2 and figure out what that answer is. Okay, so this explicit formula makes it so that I can find any term at any time. The one I did up here only allowed me to find a sub 23. So that's the advantage in some ways of making the explicit formula. But if you only have to find one term, that's fine to do it there too. Okay, so the last one, just as a quick go over again. So a sub 39, well, a sub n is going to be my a sub 39, so n is 39. Okay, so then let's plug in just your n first. So my n is 39. So I plug it in just here first. Now a sub 39 is negative 106. Remember, that's the term. It's the 39th term is negative 106. The first term is 8, so that's why they go there. Plus 38d. Then I subtract 8. So it's negative 116. 14 equals 38d. Divide by 38. And I get negative 3 for d again. Okay, so now to find a sub n, I have to use my formula a second time. So I'm doing my explicit formula. The first term is 8. My common difference is negative 3. N is in the equation, so I'm just putting n minus 1 here. Then we just do some math. A sub n equals 8 minus 3n plus 3. And so a sub n is negative 3n plus 11. All right, so the basic idea here is the first time you use the formula, you're finding the common difference. And then the second time you're using the formula, you're finding what you need. In this case, we found the explicit formula. All right, I hope you understand and it's not too confusing. Have a nice day.